Yeah. Well, of course, Holder kind of made a fool of himself the other day again. Louis Gohmert, the representative from Texas, is questioning him and brings up him being held in contempt of Congress last year, 2 years ago, concerning the Fast and Furious. And Holder says, "You don't want to go there, buddy.
Yeah,
you don't want to go there." Now, that's a pretty professional thing for our Attorney General to say.
Right. Now,
it gets better. The next day, Holder is addressing the National Action Network, a group founded by none other than the cocaine-dealing, FBI informant, dirty scumbag rat Al Sharpton.
Right.
He's addressing a group founded by Al Sharpton, and he goes on to talk about how, what attorney general has ever had to deal with that kind of treatment? What president has ever had to deal with that kind of treatment? Well, my question to you, Mr. Holder, is what attorney general and what president has ever acted like y'all act?
Right.
Because y'all are criminals and you are destroying what made this country what it is. All right? So now here's what's unbelievable. Obama addressed the same group.
When?
And I'm sorry?
I said when. When did he address the same group?
Obama addressed the same group on the same day, on Wednesday.
Really?
Okay?
They were there together?
On the same day. And Obama is addressing the group concerning voters' rights. In other words, let's let everybody vote, and you'll understand the context in a second. Let's let everybody vote. It doesn't matter if they have a driver's license or identification or whatever. Just let them vote. And here's what Obama said. He says, "Just to be clear, I know where my birth certificate is, but a lot of people don't."
Good gracious. Good gracious.
Now, look, it gets better. Then he says, and the article says, grinning, so in other words, he's smiling. He says, "Do you remember that? That was crazy. That was some crazy stuff. I haven't thought about that in a while."
Yeah, I bet. Well, hey, let me tell you something. He's going to be thinking about it a lot very, very soon. Okay?
The arrogance of these people is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I know. So he actually said, "I know where my birth certificate is." Well, then let me ask you something, Mr. President. If you know where your birth certificate is, would you please show it to us? Because the one that you have on the White House website is not a birth certificate. It is a fabricated, forged falsehood, been proven by a 2-year criminal forensic investigation, signed off on by the dude who was the expert witness for the law firm that's been protecting your birth certificate. Reed Hayes actually signed a 40-page affidavit, gave it to Arpaio and Zullo, and said that's the cheapest, nastiest, stupidest forgery I've ever seen. So that's not your birth certificate, Mr. Obama. Please tell us where it is if you know where it is, right?
Yes, yeah. Now listen, this is an ABC News article, okay? This isn't just, fringe stuff. This is ABC News. And just think of this. You got the Attorney General sitting before Congress, basically, I don't even know what the words are. You don't want to go there, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. That's real professional. That's really how you act when you're the Attorney General of the most powerful nation in the world.
Right.
And then, just days after it comes out, all of this garbage about Al Sharpton, which, by the way, whenever you and I talk about, well, that's just a paid government informant, like we talk about so many of the news people.
Right.
Listen, when someone can for years get away with the race baiting and the inciting of riots at times, with calling for the death of people at times, with being involved with groups that are putting bounties on people's heads and not get in trouble, that is a government informant.
Right.
You or I would be in federal prison tomorrow if we did that.
Right.
Tomorrow.
Right.
That is a government informant that is on the payroll of our government to do none other than to stir up dissent.
Right.
That is what he is there for. Now, if he really is about rights for people, why doesn't he check into Miss Miriam Carey, who was executed, a black woman, by mostly white police officers, the Capitol Police in Washington, D.C.? Where are you on that, Mr. Sharpton?
Right.
Or were you told by the government you work for that you can't talk about that?
Right.
I would say that's probably what happened.
And WND's latest article on that, by the way, showed that the autopsy report disclosed that she was shot in the back of the head.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like an
There's
execution.
so many anomalies with that case. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they execute this woman with her child sitting next to her. Literally execute.
In front of the Capitol.
In front of the Capitol. And then have a celebration and award medals to these brave police officers who have executed this unarmed woman.
I know. Brandon, we got to go.